Snoop Dogg launches a pod platform, Dropbox launches a group feature, WatchOS 2 is finally out, and we are live from TechCrunch Disrupt San Francisco. It's Monday, September 21st, and this is Crunch Report. Snoop Dogg. You know him, right? You love him. Of course you do. He's a delightful entertainer, especially if you like songs about marijuana. That is a frequent theme in the rapper's music. But Snoop's also been investing in tech products and platforms for the past year or so, with a focus specifically on the cannabis industry. It's a match made in heaven. Today, he's taking it a step further with his own platform called Mary Jane. That's Mary with an M-E-R-R-Y. It's great. He announced on stage at TechCrunch Disrupt today that Mary Jane is a lifestyle media site centered around cannabis, featuring video and editorial content, and it wants to give users all they need to know about pot. For example, how to cook with pot or pair food with pot, plus celebrity interviews, and then the business and politics surrounding the cannabis industry. As for a business plan, Mary Jane co-founder Ted Chung tells us that advertising is definitely part of the plan, but says the most important thing is providing the marijuana business with a definitive destination for brands and retail locations to build a strong presence. Mary Jane beta testers will start receiving invites today, and the platform opens to the public in the next few weeks. Congratulations, Snoop. Last Wednesday, Apple had to delay its release of WatchOS 2 due to an unexpected bug. Bugs are never really expected, but that's what Apple told us anyway. The company was pretty mum on what exactly the issue was, but it all seems to be fixed now. The updated operating system for the Apple Watch is now available to the public for download as an over-the-air update. Now, much like iOS 9, Apple may be using a queue system to ensure speedy downloads, so don't fret if your software update doesn't push the new OS right away. WatchOS 2 adds a good bunch of new features just 5 months after the Apple Watch launched. Developers can now build native apps and take advantage of all the sensors with WatchOS 2. There's also new transit directions, expanded Siri support, a few new watch faces, third-party complications, I love that term, a nightstand mode, even a timeline view for weather, appointments, and more. If you have an Apple Watch, which I do not, you'll probably want WatchOS 2. Dropbox CEO Drew Houston joined us on stage here at Disrupt earlier today, which is actually great timing because the company just announced a new feature that allows Dropbox users to create teams without having to sign up for Dropbox for Business. Maybe they're not ready for that just yet. It's handy since users were already using Dropbox to run their business. The company just decided to build a new tool that fit into a needed workflow. Now, the idea is that once a company starts to really depend on Dropbox, they're more likely to become a paying Dropbox for Business customer. And there's big potential there. Only about 1% of Dropbox's users that use the service for business purposes are also paying for Dropbox for Business, though. The company can nudge people off the freemium model, hopefully make a little money there. Streaming services are now very much competing with network and cable television. We already knew that. But it's not just viewership numbers, it's also industry recognition. And how does Hollywood like to recognize itself? Well, by award shows. At last night's Primetime Emmy Awards, Amazon won a trophy for its original series Transparent. Netflix got a trophy for its Orange is the New Black series. And HBO, which has been around for a while, but did launch its own over-the-top option for cord cutters called HBO Now earlier this year, won trophies for Game of Thrones and Veep. Good show, that Veep. In fact, HBO won a record number of Emmys this year, with 43 wins following 126 nominations in total. That's only one win behind the record that CBS set back in 1974. So even if you're not a fan of industry award shows, and I know a lot of you aren't, it is further proof that as people continue to turn to cord-cutting options for their content, the content quality continues to benefit, and that's a win for me. Headspace, which is a guided meditation and mindfulness startup, has a pretty popular concept and recently raised $30 million from a variety of investors, including actors Jessica Alba and Jared Leto. The company says it'll use the money to hire more engineers and content marketers and expand their content overall. Now, in terms of user base, Headspace has 3 million users in over 150 countries who use the app in 2 different ways: to help in stressful situations, and then there are the more everyday users who incorporate it into their daily routines. Headspace makes money through selling subscriptions to its guided meditation, and there are some try before you buy options for users to see if it's right for them as well. Headspace is located in London and Venice, California, and available on iOS, Android, and the web. Sorry, Windows Phone users, but no mindfulness for you. And that is the report from the floor at Startup Alley. Today, I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. We will be back here tomorrow, Monday through Wednesday at TC Disrupt SF. We will see you then.